Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are here at Vivid Racing, and today we've got a new toy on hand. This little key right here, you know what it is. It's one of my favorites. It is a key to a Porsche, and we have the all-new 992 Turbo S. We are gonna get this thing on the dyno, see what it makes stock. These come with 640 horsepower to the crank. We're gonna do one of our VRTuned ECU Flashes and some exhaust upgrades and see what we get after. So let's take the key and jump on in. So here it is, this is the 992. It is a white cabriolet that has been wrapped in a beautiful satin blue film. We're gonna take this key on over here and jump inside so we can check this thing out. You can see it's got a very nice, I believe they call it an agate gray. It's got a much more mature look than previous 911 interiors. What I like about it is they've changed the dash to all digital, but they did leave the RPM with a gauge so you can see as you're ripping through the gears. Of course, this is PDK. We've got the paddles over there. We've got the new super slim shift knob, so we can't do anything crazy like our bump sticks. A lot of toggles, a lot of digital screens, sport chrono up there, very different than previous. The steering wheel, that's the same. So the steering wheel, that can be upgraded just like we have on the Taycan and the other 991.2. Now let's check out the exterior. All right, this is a cabriolet. So it can go 190 plus miles an hour and still be quiet. To stop that, we've got Porsche's carbon ceramic brakes. They've chosen to go with a black caliper instead of the standard yellow caliper you usually see. He did everything from wrapping the mirrors, cool carbon fiber tones, gloss black inlets, even wrapped the wing carbon fiber. The 992 has a much larger rear here. You can see how big this vent is. Love the new rear light design, how it wraps all the way around the back. And of course, the new exhaust system looks like it's basically out of an Akrapovic catalog. This thing is fully loaded, a Cabriolet 992 Turbo S. We're talking upwards of 220 grand. So from the factory, 3.8 liter horizontally opposed boxer engine. Again, 640 horsepower, 0 to 60 in under 2.9 seconds. So once we do that exhaust work and do the tune, this thing should be a monster. All right, now we've gone over the car. It's time to take it over to the Vivid Racing all-wheel drive dyno here. A beautiful winter day, nice cool temps. This thing actually has 100 octane in it, so we should be seeing some awesome dyno results. So let's jump in, bring it around, strap this thing down, and get to running. Just did the baseline test. We got some very consistent numbers here. We did all these tests in sport mode. We've got the car putting down about 600 to 610 all-wheel horsepower in torque. We're at about 590 foot-pounds of torque. Now, when you run these Porsche 911 turbos constantly in sport, they start to pull timing and lose power. So we've got these three tests. We're gonna do a couple tests in standard so we can make sure we've got some consistent runs and show that that's not dipping as much. Then we'll pull the ECU out, read it so we can get the stock file. Let's get to it. Okay, so we did the stock run without sport, and you can see exactly what I said. When you run these cars too many times in sport, it starts to pull back timing, reduce power. So you can see here, the big dotted line here, this is where we have our sport run. And then the smaller dotted line right here, this is where we have our last sport run. letting the car cool for about 25 minutes. We ran it again in normal, and you can see it's almost the same as what our sport run was. So got the baselines dialed. Now we got to do the tune. So we're going to pull this thing off, get the ECU out, and time to do our tuning. We got the 992 coming into the shop here. We're gonna put it up on the rack because we're actually doing some race cats on here. That's right, this thing will be straight loud, giving the turbocharger a lot more ability to spool up quicker without any of that back pressure, because that's what we want on turbocharged cars. This car is getting shipped out to Europe, so let's de-restrict this thing and make it get some power. All right, day 2 here doing the Turbo S. Got the car on the dyno, fans on it. We got the ECU Flash loaded in there. We've partnered with the guys at M-Engineering because they are extremely well known in the Porsche 992 world, and McLaren's giving the best tunes. So we want to make sure we delivered some awesome results here. So we've got this fired up, and we're going to do a couple more runs here, log it, see what we can juice out of the car, and then send it on its way. So let's do some runs. A ton of power. We're showing 811 with correction. That'll confuse everybody, so what we want to look at is the max power, 707 horsepower. All right, so let's talk about results. Huge gains here with the M-Engineering times VRTuned upgrade to the 992 Turbo S. We've got 150 horsepower gain right there, around 5,000 RPMs. That's huge. We've got huge torque gains down low, about 160 foot-pounds of torque. Peak horsepower up here, we got about 110. Overall, this thing is making massive power throughout the entire RPM range. So excellent tune, great job of what we were able to accomplish here. Now let's take this thing out and see how it feels. All right, so that's a wrap. 992 Turbo S tuned, M-Engineering VRTuned here at Vivid Racing. Made some serious horsepower. Another one is in the books. This is available online, of course, on our website, vividracing.com. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, do a like, and leave us a comment. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next one.